Hello everybody, this is Havoc and welcome back to Manor Lords with our city of Havocville and our new extension of Nexusville. I hope you're doing great. I'm doing fantastic. Super excited to get back into the game. It's a little bit of a foggy day here in Manor Lords, but all is well and good. We got a lot done. We expanded our farm production, which we're making some bread right now in this here oven. Can't really tell, but it is happening. We have plenty of sheepos as well, which just means we're making quite a bit of wool, which we'll be able to use into yarn and eventually into linen. Once linen production gets in, we'll be able to make some more goods along that line. We have quite the expansive farming community as well, which is contributing a good deal of food. Over here, back on the industrial side, we did actually run out of our iron mining. So that's something we have to think about and logistically be considerate of in the future, but we're working on other things as we speak. And there's a lot of fantastic things going on. First, we have some pole arms. We still don't have a large enough population. So what we're gonna do here, we are just gonna go ahead and fill this out. Is it not enough goods? No, there's something else going on here. So I'm curious as to what it is. Sometimes I think the game's just like, hey, I don't really want to do that. So these will be houses only. There are no backyard plots with this. Well, there's a wee backyard plot, so we'll definitely want to push that however we want to do it. Not enough goods. Now that is actually true. Okay, cool. Well, we'll work on that, and that will get all well and good running. Now, one of the cooler things about this game is that, well, for instance, over here, we are going to focus a lot on farming. And then over here, I think, is where we were going to focus on mining. Now, mining isn't too terribly awful right now. We do have a lack of goods here, but you can see we still have iron ore and we still have iron slabs. So it's not like it's that bad. We are good. We are focusing on farming over here, though, because, well, the fertility is off the charts. We have loads of good flax, loads of good barley, and that's going to be really, really good to start getting ale production up and running, which we won't be able to do for a little while yet because, well, let's be frank, there's not a lot of people here, and it's going to be kind of difficult to kind of jumpstart that. But what we can do is we can start figuring out how to trade between the two regions. And that starts with a pack station. It sets up a bartering connection allowing you to spend and receive or send and receive goods between this and another region. Employ mules to transport up to 20 goods per trip. Now this, my friends, basically means that we can set things up to where we can start exchanging goods pretty daggum quickly. And we'll be able to barter, basically. It is a barter system. So, for instance, we have a lot of vegetables and eggs or wood over here. And over here, we had a lot of hides, for instance. We can change that out. We can exchange hides for whatever, and that will work sufficiently. Now, in this literal instance, we don't need food or fuel. That's not what we need. Instead, we need planks, or we need military goods or things of that nature, or eventually we'll be exchanging raw resources like malt or flax, things of that nature, to over here, since they are much more developed and require a little bit more attention than what we can currently give them. But outside of that, we're doing great. We're doing awesome. We do have a nearly full army. Still have a little bit ways to go, but I think down the road we would be able to take these guys on. Now, winter is fast approaching. That means that the harvest season is over with. I keep going back and forth. The harvest season is over with. We could start actually getting some clay deposits running. And in fact, we'll go ahead and do that. Once I have enough goods. I have 0 wood, which is another big thing. Let's go ahead and employ another one. And we are going to dedicate some specific, whatever they're called, oxen. Goodness gracious, words escape me today. And then let's see, yeah, we pretty much have this entire neighborhood to fill in. And I think that's fine. I think it'll work. I think it'll be great. And we'll be able to do a lot of things with our unassigned men to really start employing things to their fullest extent. It'll be great. It'll be awesome. We are exporting goods. And we can continue to export, actually. I don't think I'll need shield. So we are going to export small shields. At least for right now, we'll trade to 0. And I think that'll be good. Now, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to get a manor due to how the mechanics work. At least not a manor over here. I think we still have the ability to make a useful manor over here. So that's what we're going to do. We'll probably end up... Oh, goodness. Since this guy's over there... I mean, there's some pretty nice hills. Oh, look at that spot. Yeah, this is definitely going to be it. I do like how there's a trail here. Oh, just the funny ins and outs of game mechanics and things like that. Walking trails. But look at this. This is a super awesome place. I love this region. In one of my playthroughs, I actually started in this region. Now that I think about it, and it was great. It was fantastic. And I fought a battle over here with some archers. Like, raiders literally came down this road. I was able to use my archers up here. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. So I'm looking forward to doing it again. But for now, I know we've already, like, kind of just started. We're 7 minutes in. But there's not a lot going on. There's not a lot of bandit spaces. Oh, there are. There's a bandit camp. Let's go ahead and fight those bandits real quick. And then we'll kind of do a time lapse of our neighborhood popping up. Or should I do that first? We'll go ahead and do that first. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to see a wee neighborhood built in super fast forward time? I hope you are. Because it starts right now. Bada bing, bada boom. Just like that. Super duper quick. Probably didn't even fast forward that because that was just like holy heckin' fast. And then what do we want here? I think we want, I'm not sure what we want. Let's go with some more chickens. Why the heck not? We have no timber either. I'm wondering, we're gonna clear the work area. I think that might be a worthwhile endeavor. Now we do have a forester's hut as well. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting that there. And I think we're gonna make sure everyone over here is good. Everyone over here is good. We are starting to build this neighborhood. Yeah, we're starting to do this neighborhood pretty darn well. We're prepped for winter, I think. I think we're in a really, really solid place. Is there, real question, do we have a small stall here? Do we have a small stall over here? And I'm afraid that we don't. I am legitimately afraid that we don't. So we're gonna go ahead and build just a small one. I mean, in theory, all we need is like 5 or 6 stalls. Yeah, for sure. So let's go ahead and... I love that it doesn't have to be absolutely ginormous. There's an intersection here. I want to play off of that intersection. There we go. That's fine. That's a little bit larger than I would normally do, but we're all good. It's fine. It's totally fine. And then they're working on crafting this farmhouse, which means we'll be able to start doing farms. So let's go defeat the raiders first. Or not the raiders, the bandits rather. And then we'll start working on making our farm fields. And then we'll see where we can't go from there. All right, saving has finished. Super awesome. Construction is finished for that. That's also awesome. And since we're pretty much at the end of the work season, as it were, we're going to go ahead and bring those boys into action. Reminder that things are still a work in progress with a lot of things, so I don't know what this is. But regardless, we know that it is something. So Don't be concerned. Honestly, I'm not concerned about those because it is in early access. Always willing to forgive UI texturings and things of that nature. Things that aren't quite so concrete and solid. Here we go. We're rocking and we're rolling. And we're gonna want that stuff to kind of be a little more fleshed out before we expand. But ideally, we will literally have like 2 or 3 farmhouses worth of people. And I think that's super fun to think about. All right, we are actually not in the best position here. And it started raining. There's like a double negative. We don't want either of those. So let's actually retreat. Let's go back to here. I'm gonna put my pole arms. There's something about roads that I just really like defending behind or defending on. Don't know what it is. Maybe just because they're a little worn. I don't know if there's any historical accuracy to like major conflicts being primarily fought on roads or near roads. Like, to me, it doesn't make much sense to put things on in the middle of a field. Instead, like, even this, like, your men, your pole arms, in my opinion, would have a much better time. And it would be kind of cool just for, if that is a thing, for that immersive aspect to get popped in. Or like they get a buff for being on the road or something like that. Alright, well, regardless, we've lured them in. It does appear as though they're trying to go after the archers. So we're going to move them behind our pole arms. And I gotta say, these pole arms look great. We're going to get out of the UI real quick. There we go. I mean, look at these dudes. Look at these boyos. They are prepped and ready to go. Our bowmen are in the sticks. I would prefer that they not be. Let's go ahead and move them out of the sticks. And then we're going to see what happens when they come in. Personally, I just want to stay in this mode. Or, I always hit the wrong button. Alright, lads. You know what to do. Hold your ground. Stay with me. You find yourself green fields, the sun on your face. You're already dead. Where are they at? Ah, I see them. We may have to adjust to get out of Lord's mode. I do think we're going to. Because I do think they're headed straight for us. We're going to move our men over to the side. But then... oh, look at it. Well done, men. Way to take my orders well. Here they come. Remember, they're just bandits. They are just bandits. They can't actually hurt you, firemen. There we go. Archers know what they're doing. Brilliant. Alright, lads, just like that. Just like that. Hold the line. Hold. 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 Brilliant. Get them suckered in, boys. Suckered in. I'm right here with you. Onward. Onward to victory. Archers, don't let this fiend... brilliant. Brilliant, man. Well done, lads. Well done. Your king is proud, or your lord is proud, rather. Alright, cool. Super easy victory. There we go. We're going to go ahead and bring them back into their home territory, which will be right over here. Havocville is getting a lot of movement in there, which is always awesome. We're going to go over here and we're going to pillage. There we go. We are going to take that ourselves. Eventually, I would like to expand my revenue. Retinue, not revenue. Although revenue would be nice. And it looks like, yeah, they're taking down the wrong parts of town. We're going to limit your availability. Can I do this like over here? can. Will they actually do it, though, is the real question. I don't think they will. So let's get our logging camp. And then let's just go ahead and just like rip this all out. There you go. There's your work area. And then for the forester, let's go ahead and for right now, just replant everything here. And then we'll be right as rain. All right, let's get out of Havoc's. Oh, no. There we go. There we go. All right, cool. So we have an overabundance of stuff here. We are going to go ahead and start working on our clay production. We're just going to drop this right here. Actually, let's go ahead and draw the road first. We'll get that plopped down and ready to rumble. And then when we go into our industry, we're going to get our clay furnace. Now we do have a storehouse and stuff here, so I think it makes sense to go ahead and push that there. Don't know why efficiency is up for the windmill. All things considered, doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's okay. And we have a ton of vegetables and a ton of eggs. We have 6 months worth of fuel. Do we have a fully employed charcoal? We do. All right, good. We could probably go ahead and make another one, because we are expanding at a rather rapid pace, and I just want to make sure that we are all good in that front. So we're gonna go ahead and add another one right there next to the first one. And then our packs, our pack stations are done. Now, admittedly, we don't have anything right at this moment. So we could, Nexusville, we could send things such as, oh, I don't know. We do have an abundance of clothing, right? An abundance, a slight abundance of yarn, for instance, or leather. So let's do leather. Yarn's something that they couldn't do themselves at the moment. And of course the game's like, yeah, I don't want to send them yarn. There's yarn. And then they, for instance, would receive malt. So you see there's a barter at 1.0. Exchange value needs to match. If you're exchanging iron at 14 silver per unit, for firewood at 7 silver, the barter value is 2 times. So essentially they're saying that yarn and malt are of equal value, which is good. That's what we want. We want that. Now over here in Nexusville, we do have an abundance of houses. We really, really need a lot here. And we need a lot pretty fast. Let's go ahead and just expand everything, so we can accommodate twice the people. We have the means and all of that stuff. Like, that's not the negative thing. I think it's literally just like town approval. Homelessness and hunger. So we can't offer anything ourselves of value. Not that I can see anyways. Maybe we can do some hides or something. I'm curious as to what we could do, because we do need to get things moving here a bit quicker. And I am wondering if we shouldn't just do firewood to berries or something of that effect. So if we did berries and we were to offer firewood, so we would have to send 3 times the firewood to get berries, and I just don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it at all. The unfortunate thing is that we just don't have a lot here. But I think what we're going to do, we're going to set another time lapse, because again, we're kind of in a waiting season, a holding pattern as it were, because these is not done, and neither is this. We have a ton of yarn, which is good. I'm gonna go ahead and put another guy in the pasture. And outside of that, I think we're okay. We may need to go ahead and bump up our storage as well. I don't quite know. I guess the real question is, do we employ another person for logs or not? Do we need another logging camp? Which, of course, I can't even build one at the moment, so that answers that question. All right, well, we're going to wait for stuff and things to happen. And we're going to do so with another time lapse as we watch these guys expand their stuff, and as we watch winter roll in as well. Just kidding. Enemy units have been spotted. Where are they at? All right, well, we're going to keep them up here. We do have some raiders inbound. And this won't be too terrible of a thing. We could go ahead and get our men to come over here. We are going to just sit here, basically, and let these men recoup. And then hopefully our reinforcements will come in time. This won't be a hard thing at all, to be completely honest. I think we're totally fine. We just gotta, like, I'm glad I caught him when we caught him. All right, our men are at the ready. Once more digging into the cinematics. This time we have a winter battle. I don't think this is something that's ever happened in our playthrough just yet. But I just want to make sure all of our men are ready to go. We are just going to be a little more defensive right now, because it just makes sense to be defensive, because it doubles our defenses while then allowing our archers who are on the hill to start firing. Oh my word, I love this game. Small scale battles are my new favorite, which they were, no, I won't say new favorite. They've been my favorite for a long time. But here we go, boys. Let's go and line up here. Let's go and line up here. They don't really stand a chance whatsoever. I do kind of wish that rated frequency actually was working as intended, including the bandit camps. But I mean, like, look at that. Like, we're already done. Already done. Or I guess with one of them anyways. And there we go. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. Got us quite a bit of influence as well, which works for me. There are no bandit camps. Am I correct in this assumption? There are no bandit camps. Great. Let's go ahead and head back to our home region. And hopefully I won't forget. We're going to wait for that to happen. Then we're going to watch all the houses get upgraded here, just for a quick little fun time lapse. We'll be rocking and rolling. What do we have? They're working on it. Oh, nice. The clay furnace is already there. Do a fuel reserves of 10, I think would be really nice. And then, yeah, I think we're pretty good on our... Cool. All right, we do have the best. We're just going to do that. Horses, mules, and oxen. We don't need any of those right now. We got 6 of them. I think we're pretty darn solid overall. Nice. I'm okay. We're doing great. I love it. Alright. Everything is good? Everything is good. Now, unfortunately, we're still not getting people into our place. There is no homelessness. There is no hunger. We have loads of supplies on both. They just refuse to accept it, is basically what it is. Now, where is our... Okay, we do have people there. That's good. Nothing can be expanded upon in that section, which is also fine. But we do have a nice, awesome place. Now, what we can do in the interim is really focused on expansion. Now, admittedly, we don't have to go super overboard. In fact, I'm going to try not to. I'll leave it at that. I will try not to. But at the same breath, it's really fun too. And I think we could have some really fun results with it. Let's go just like that. Now this again, I do have a disagreement with. I think it would be so cool to like have these guys chop down firewood or chop down the wood for the fields instead of it just auto-generating. I think that would be super cool. Just a fun, immersive way to really bring on the story and bring on the realism, if you want to call it that. I think that's a pretty safe thing to say. The realism would be really, really fun in that aspect. And then we do have just a ton of barley space as well. Now I want to respect that these farmers are going to be busting their butts all the time. So we need to kind of think about that. And I also want to make sure that we are like protecting our supply as it is. So we are going to make like several smaller plots. And we do also have to be mindful of the feasibility of what these farmers could do. I mean, we have to. So for instance, we're going to go flax. We're going to fallow 1 year. We're going to, we're going to actually go into fallow and do flax. And then we are going to do flax in the 3rd season. Actually, we'll do flax in the 1st. Oh, no, I would like a steady supply of flax. Well, I like this. And we'll do the same thing. So, like, for instance, we'll do... That'll be flax, no flax, flax. So 2 things of flax in the 1st. 2nd year, 1 season of flax. So we're going to go 1 season of barley. And then we'll do a big season of barley afterwards. And mind you, we are just trying to bring 1 family to do this work in. So we have to kind of think about that. Is that like, or not 1 family, 1 farmhouse in the current. We will build more. Like, I am not kidding you when I said we will have 3, 4, 5 farmhouses here, because I really, really want to lean into it. I would love to see this place just riddled with fields. I think it would be such a cool experience just to be able to see and feel that. And so, like, to do small things, like build these types of roads around and make it come up over to here. They're already encased over there. We could go ahead and just like, boom. I probably don't have enough space. I wish I could. That's okay though. We'll build a little shrine over here for now. All is well and good. Now this needs expanding. There's nothing else we can do about it. Did I have plans to build over here? Or just to have a well over there, just to have a well over there? Because again, my favorite house. This is my new homestead. Oh no, not month-old grass. He's gonna carve you a new nipple. But I just love everything about this. And just the fact that we now have a community. You got neighbors, dude. Heidi ho there, neighbor. I hope you're doing great. Good lord, this is cinematic. What's up, Mr. Oxen? Let's actually... I always hit the wrong button. Can I rename you, Mr. Ox? I don't think I can rename the ox. That's a shame. But overall, super fun. Let's head over to Havocville and see what Havocville has going on. Workers can't find anything. Oh yeah, because it's the forager hut. But we should have the extension built, which is good. And now we should have people. Awesome. They're doing that. They are making aisles. There we go. Flippin' flappin' brilliant. And that's important because we do eventually need to upgrade. Because that will allow our tier 2s to at least have the church level necessary. And then eventually what I think we might happen is we might start... Ooh, you know what? I just had an idea. While we wait for the production over there, I'm a bit of a dingleberry. Because we can import malt. At 14... Oh my word. Oh my word. That's outrageously expensive. That's one thing that I think does need balanced as well, is the import-export price. Excuse me, goodness. But like 14 per. That means that for only 10 malt, it's going to cost me 140 buckaroonies. And I don't know how much malt it takes to make a single beer. That is expensive. Let's go ahead and establish this trade route. And basically, we're going to start exporting pretty much as we can in order to kind of alleviate the potential cost that we're about to incur. There we go. Nope, firewood stays ours. Always, always. Boom. Okay. Okay. We've got all of that stuff. Brilliant. We don't have any of those things. Ooh, but we could. Ooh, we definitely could. And then are we out of stuff? the iron slabs were not. But I don't know that we want to export those quite yet. All right, so we do have things that we can build. We can build a cobbler's workshop. Now, I do believe that just requires leather. I do think this, we may still be good here. I'm going to go ahead and start working on that as well, because that could satiate our second clothing supply. It will satiate our second clothing supply. And then we're actually going to do 2 tailor's workshops, because we could do one for, well, what is it? We could do one for clothes, one for cloaks, and one for gambesons. Gambesons are just upgrades to our troops. They aren't necessary, but they do enhance the ability to work on other things. So let's go ahead, and we're gonna have to rip someone from somewhere, because we do need people to build, and that's a great addition there. So we're not going to import malt just yet. I do want to make sure that we're kind of up and running and everything is functional. So let's go ahead and work on a tavern. And I think it makes perfect sense to have a tavern right next to the church. And then, well, I mean, can I just import ale? Okay, so I can import ale for 4 gold more than I can do malt. Okay, nope, that's what we're doing. We're going to import ale. I'm going to bankrupt myself just a little bit, and we're going to do 10 ale at a time and hope that they can work that all out. Now, admittedly, we probably need more people here, and I think we'll get more people here in the near future. I think we're all right until then. Yeah, I think we're good. Great, that's awesome. We're gonna start working on our our ale production, which may be able to allow us to get up to tier 3. Eventually, we'll get our church upgraded as well. Nexusville, we're doing all right. We've got our people set out. We've got our planes. Now, admittedly, I really want to add value to this place instead of just importing it all. So we're not going to import ale forever. We need Nexusville to be useful in that regard. And what we could always do eventually is also try and take over this land. Part of me just kind of wants to do it just for kicks and giggles while it's still winter. Part of me really wants to. But another part of me is like, I don't know that I can. Let's just do that. Oh, wow. No, that's actually really awesome. That's super useful. We'll maybe wait just a little bit. What we're going to do now, we're going to wait for spring to kind of come. But we're going to do another time lapse. I'm going to focus on time lapses a lot because I really enjoy how great they look. And one of my good friends from a long time ago just commented about it. And I'm like, you know what? I think I will. I think we'll focus on time lapses consistently for each and every episode. See you in a bit. It's also, once again, very possible that I've been muted for a while. I try not to constantly have my mic on because it coughing and things of that nature. So if I did, we had a new neighborhood. And if I wasn't muted, well, I'm going to talk about the neighborhood again. Because we do need to expand. We need to start expanding a little bit quicker than we have before. But I really need these guys to come in and start putting this thing here. Hello? Anyone? Look how cinematic that is. Ooh, cinematic pan. Cinematic pan. For reals though, let's go ahead and just make this a very high priority. And I think we'll be good. We are doing okay. We're staying in the positive because we're only importing 10 ale at a time. But it is satiating everyone who needs it. So that's also extremely good. Kudos. Like, massive kudos. Awesome. We also do have our guys who have been sitting here for a while. Whoopsies. Alright, pretty easy battle up ahead. I mean, we outnumber them almost 2 to 1. And we have superior weaponry. So we're kind of just going to let them wait here for just a couple of seconds. Their effectiveness is going to skyrocket as a result, which is just the gain that we need in order to ensure victory for sure. I like how they're not screaming. There we go. You ready, lads? Are you ready? Because I don't think you're ready. Yeah, that's right. There's a fantastic power balance on our end. And I think it'll really affect the outcome of the battle. We're already in that push forward stance. This will be an easy victory. We're gonna head yonder. And I actually think, oh no, Havocville would get, we'll get that one for sure. That's okay though. Ooh, we have lots of people. Okay, perfect. Brilliant. Okay, where is, there's my saw pit. There's a pack station, which we're not worrying about right now. Do we actually have people moving in? We do have people moving in. What are you? You're on a sign? Welcome to the farmhouse? No, that's great. Look at you guys. You're doing great. You're doing awesome. Ooh, what's this new message? When searching through the enemy belongings. Oh, that's right. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and push to the treasury. Brilliant. Oh, I can't bring him. Oh, lame. There you go. There you go. And then once again, we're gonna wait for him to go in there. Our dyer's workshop is up and running, which is gonna help us build those clothes that we need. I think. Oh, still need so many planks, which means we need another logging camp, I think, as well. I think we really just do need another one. Let's just build one right smack dab over here. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that'll work well. We just had someone join over here in Havocville, which is great. All right, all is well and good. So, funny thing, I accidentally hit, when trying to mute myself, I hit the stop record button. So a little time has passed. Man, I tell you what, I am a professional YouTuber. I would like that to be well known. I am professional in every sense of the word, but we have a fire breaking out. And it seems like fires only ever break out during a rainstorm. So, I don't know how historically accurate that is, but it is interesting. Now again, early access, things like this are going to happen. There also doesn't seem to be a way to fight fires effectively now either. But regardless, look at her. She's probably lost a ton of water by the way she's running. But look at all the villagers coming to help. Look at all of them helping out. It's like, yeah, we're here for you because we like you, Bob. We like you a lot, Bob. We're sorry that your house burned down. But we are here to help and we are here to support. There we go. They should rebuild. Can't imagine it'll be too terribly difficult. Just as long as the fire stays there and nowhere else. We have some berries. We don't have a ton. I'm going to go ahead and push another person here. Fire has ended. It looks like they're going to go ahead and rebuild right off of the bat. All right. Nifty enough. Nifty enough. And then what do we have over here? Looks like we got a lot of sowing by hand. Go ahead and dedicate a livestock to them. All right, well, we got people slowly and surely moving in. A sign, well, welcome to the farming. We'll be great here. What do we have? We have 36 heights. That works for me. Over here, we are building lots of things. Do we have dyes? We are making dyes. We have lots of shoes available. We do have some dyes, which means that we should start making, hello? There we go. We should be able to start making cloaks, and that's going to be the last requirement that's going to be needed. We do have a tavern supply. It's not working too terribly great right now. Maybe if we add another person. Oh, but look at this. We can upgrade to a small church. We'll totally do that in the next episode, though. Ladies and gentlemen, I do have to go. Apologies on that. But regardless, I hope you have enjoyed the episode. We are expanding at an alarming rate. And I do think we could probably take those guys on. I just don't know that I want to at the moment. I would like to build a manor. Is that too much to ask? We could probably do that in this next one as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. You know what to do. Support the channel. You can give the video a like, subscribe, or leave your comments in the comment section down below. Members on the channel do get this early. Right now, it's not terribly early. It's an hour or two, but still, if you want to get your fix, you can totally do that by becoming a member, and eventually down the road, and with other series, you'll get earlier access as well. Thank you once again. This is Havoc, checking out the cinematic glow of our farming industry. I'll see you in the next one.